Hey everybody, it's Barbara here. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. I'm super duper blessed and highly favored. I'm gonna pop on with this impromptu video with my girl Miss Tia. Let's wait for her to pop on really, really quick. We're gonna talk about some real estate stuff. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend so far. You know, we are now in the second quarter, which we've already been in the second quarter of 2024. And it's like, okay, what are we doing? Are we on track? What do we look like goal wise? What's popping? So I'm gonna hop on, wait for Tia to hop on really, really quick. And yeah. Oh, I gotta send you the link, Tia. Oh, no, I gotta send you the link. Okay, my bad. So me and Tia trying to figure out this situation. We're trying to figure out our life right now, so you got to bear with us. I knew you had the link. What is wrong with me? Hey, sorry. Hey guys, it's Barbara here. I'm so excited. I'm about to hop on live with my team member Tia really quick, and we're going to talk about some real estate stuff. We have some things popping off. We're super duper excited about. We're just trying to get logged in. Hold on. Hey, what's my password? I don't even remember my password. Hold on. Hey y'all. I think it's my password. Bear with me, guys. It's this new technology I'm testing out, which is nothing like special, but I'm just trying to figure out my life right now. Okay, I'm sending it to you. Come on now, my computer wanna act funky. Copy. Hey, I can't wait to get there. No, listen. Look, my computer is still saying loading. Literally, I'm not making this up. Look, I was just trying to. Oh, it finally popped up. Oh my god! See, I'm gonna put link. I'm gonna put two. Hey y'all! All right, there we go. It's on Instagram. We on Instagram. We on Facebook. We on YouTube. Okay, I think. Let me know you got it. I'm like a kid in the candy store when I learn new things, guys. I'm so excited. With it's acting slow, ain't it? Every time you try to do something, it's gonna act crazy. That's the way. And then we live. And I think you can do it before you go live. Like you can start sending the stuff. But we're gonna take this down because we practicing. We in practice, nigga. Okay. She got it. She got it. She got it. Yeah, I get hot. I'm so hot right now. I'm so hot. We're gonna talk about some real estate stuff. Hmm. I be talking a lot. I talk. I pretty much talk for a living, so I don't see you in there yet. Oh, and my thing says friends only. You okay? Hello. I hear. The You gotta close the door now.
I'm here.
Is the door in you? Oh, you okay? Yeah, I can't hear you now. Okay, let me see something. Tia!
Hey, we're ready.
We live. Hey guys, you guys already know I'm Barbara Barnes, real estate professional here in the DC area, entrepreneur, been in this business. Next year will be 10 years. And Tia has been in the business for a long time now. My team member, she is super duper smart, smarter than me. I appreciate a smart woman, okay? Because it is hard out here being a woman. So to have another smart, powerful woman next to you is such a blessing. So Tia, let everybody know about you if they don't know about
Well, I am Tia Willis. I have been in the business for 9 years. I am licensed in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I work with all sorts of clients, buyers, sellers, probate, veterans, everything. And I'm from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I grew up in Alexandria, and then the majority of my middle school to adulthood was in DC and Maryland. So I've been around. So I know the area like the back of my hand. And I love Baltimore crab cake, so I travel as far as Baltimore because I go for seafood all the time. I'm a seafood lover.
you. Nice. Okay, hold on, wait. Tell me the spots. Because I need to know the spots in Baltimore. You know I like to eat.
I have plenty. I'll give you a list.
Yes. Okay. All right. So if I want to go to Baltimore today, just give me an app. What am I going to go get? Some crabs, some shrimp, what?
I'm a crab cake person, so I go to Moe's or Papa's.
Mmm. Ooh, I can't. Okay.
So it depends on the atmosphere you're looking for. So Moe's, they have about 5 locations, and some of them are just like sports bar kind of, you know. I'm not gonna say a hole in the wall, but they smaller establishments. It's not all that fancy, but the food is good. But then they also have the white tablecloth locations. And the same with Papa's. And Papa's actually they have a carryout version in the MGM, but the crab cakes are huge. And
Really?
yes.
Hmm.
And so if you want to travel, I think it's in Parkville all the way up Baltimore, yes, but you have to go to Papa's. It is the best.
Enlighten me, because one thing about me, I'm a foodie. I'm a real life foodie. I'm a foodie at heart. Like I'm going to eat. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my food. So speaking about food, in real estate, people like to be near good food spots, right? So predominantly, where do you do your business? In real estate, more specifically.
Really, I'm a Prince George's County girl. I graduated from Potomac High School in Prince George's County, so majority of my sales have been in Prince George's County.
Nice. Okay. So
I mean, it's like the sweet spot. It's convenient to Virginia, it's convenient to DC, and then you just hop on the highway and you go up to Baltimore or going up to New York. So that's what I love about Prince George's County. It's in the heart, I would say, of everything.
I agree with that. I grew up in Prince George's County, believe it or not. Was born in DC. I currently live in Charles County, but yes, I've been in Prince George's County literally my whole life. But I love the fact that it's we're right outside of DC because I love DC food. I'm not even gonna lie. Like let me tell you, I would go to Astro's Chicken and Donuts, get me a nice donut with a
Mm.
nice chicken sandwich with some spicy sriracha. Like I am that person. I just want to eat, okay? Or I'll do like Mastros. I'll do like Del Frisco's. Del Frisco's to me has the best butter cake. Like it's this whole thing, like who has the best butter cake? To me, Del Frisco's butter cake is so freaking good. And then I love in DC, I love Union Market. So Union Market is in DC. It's in Northeast DC near they call it the Noma area, near Union Station, believe it or not. And it's like a market. It's like little shops, right, of places that have food, smoothies, whatever you want, and then you can choose from a variety. But my favorite spot at Union Market is DC pudding. Well, it's not called DC pudding; it's now just called pudding. They sell Creole food. They sell shrimp etouffee, my
Mm.
favorite shrimp etouffee I've ever had in my entire freaking life. Okay. And then they have bread pudding. I do not eat bread pudding, guys, but I will only eat puddings. Bread pudding is so freaking good.
Wow.
I love that area. I had an office over there on 4th Street in the Noma area. It's very eclectic. It's very diverse. I love that area. So if I was ever to move to DC, that would be my area, the old city Capitol Hill area. Such a great area. The school system is actually really, really good in that area as well. So as far as real estate is concerned, right? You got $1 million townhouses, multi-million dollar townhouses in that area, which is great, especially for real estate investing. If you find an opportunity, you got some spread over there, right? But let's talk about real estate. So, how did you get into the real estate business? Like, what made you kind of hop into the real estate space?
So I am an accountant at heart. I've been an accountant since I was 18. But to be honest, I got fired from my job. I was there for 8 years and I got fired. And I told myself, I want to do something that nobody can take away from me at a drop of a dime and something I'm passionate about. And throughout my life before becoming an agent, I always helped family members, friends locate somewhere to live. And I know that that's one business that it's not a drought. Like you're always going to need somewhere to live, So the selling and buying of real estate is inevitable. It's going to keep being a turnaround no matter what is going on in the world. So I was like, okay. And I love helping people. This is my way of giving back. So I was like, and then I bought a house at 24 years old, and I saw maybe over 1,000 houses in that in that time frame of me buying a house over those 9 to 12 months of me looking, and I enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what? Why not go to see houses? And this allows me to see every house that comes on the market. It allows me to see new things, see the up and coming neighborhoods, be a part of the up and coming neighborhoods because I'm connecting people to these new neighborhoods. And it was just a joy. It was like, you know what? I got to do it. I had
Yeah.
nothing else to because I didn't have a job. So it was like, go for it. You have nothing else to lose. The sky's the limit. And I joined in 2014, got my license in Maryland. Then 2 years after that, got licensed in DC. And then 4 years after that, got licensed in Virginia. And I was like, you know what? It's nothing like it. I have to do this.
So
I'm
you've
gonna.
been it's been 10 years.
Well, I took a year off. I was inactive.
10 years. You got your license 10 years.
Yes.
That is a milestone, baby. You're still here, right? The average real estate agent who get into the business, they typically within the first 3 years, you'll see a percentage fall off, and then 5 years in the business, you'll see another percentage fall off, and then within that 7 year period, a lot of people are just no longer in the business. So whether you took a year off or not, you're still here. You're still successful. You're still making money. Listen, that is a milestone, and that is an accomplishment because it shows your perseverance, right? You're still here. So kudos to you.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I love it. It's nothing like it. And even now and then, I still dip and dab into being an accountant, but I'm always going to be an agent regardless. I'm always going to serve the community because that's just my passion. I love helping people, and this is definitely my token to helping everyone.
I love that. And see, what I love about you, you're super smart, you're super analytical. You don't just make fast decisions. You take your time and you're highly, highly effective. Where do you think that comes from?
Um, just me. I'm the oldest child, and
Mm.
I've always been throughout my family. They've always reached out to me to help, and I had to learn things, whether it was my time to learn it or not. Like I was helping my grandmother with her mortgage and buying a house when I was only 14 years old. Like
Wow.
she was questions about, hey, what does lien on your property mean? What does this? What does that mean? So I've always been interested in real estate or like invested in real estate. So me, I'm just always trying to learn new things, and in this business there's always something new to learn. There's the industry is constantly changing and you have to keep up with it. Everything is very technical, so you got to keep up with the times. Like, so I'm just always constantly trying to learn. And then I was an honor roll student from elementary to graduated from high school. I went to college and everything. So I just always like to learn, and this keeps me on my toes. I say that this business will keep you on your toes.
That's what I love. I'm like when we first literally had a conversation. I said, okay, she takes her time. So she's not just, you can't just say anything to her. I love that, right? You make your own decisions. And then I like how you work, like how you move. It's like we don't, it's like, see, me, I'm a high D personality myself. We're similar in that respect. So sometimes when I speak, it's like you get it. It's like you get me. And I know I'm a very I wouldn't say a complicated person. I would call myself a more complex person, right? I'm very simple but complex at the same time. So I always appreciate people who kind of just understand me. So earlier this today, we were talking about what's happening in the market with buyers and things like that. So what is your take on the market, interest rate wise, competitive wise, right? Working with buyers and or sellers, like what do you say?
So when it comes to the buyers, right now the market for buyers has slowed down, I can say for sure, because of the interest rates. But the interest rates daily, they fluctuate. So you'll have buyers in and then buyers out. You'll have buyers that'll be sitting for a while because they're hoping and praying for a better interest rate and things of that nature. And I always just tell them, if you love the house, get the house, and you can always refinance later because the interest rates go up and down daily. So it's constantly changing. So you never know when that sweet spot will come where you can just refinance. It might happen in 1 month, it might happen in 7 months down the line, or it might happen in a year, but you got the house that you wanted. So when it comes to buyers right now, buyers are a little scarce because of the interest rate, but I want you guys to know, do not let it deter you at all because this is just life. It happens in every industry. Right now, to finance a car, you're looking at 18% interest, so 7% for a house is nothing, So I'm telling you, it's okay. The industry and the market is okay. It's going to get better. It always does. Do not allow the interest rate to deter you. And for my sellers, you will be also buying possibly in this same market. Just take your time. And if you have an experienced and skilled agent, such as myself and Barbara, you can get through anything.
Wow, that is very interesting. So back to buyers. So what are you? So as far as I know, you're working with a few buyers at this moment in time. What is the what do you see the competition is like? Because sometimes we have this rhetoric that when the interest rate is higher, right? There are not as many buyers in the market, right? We typically hear when the interest rate is lower. Of course, we do know that there are more buyers in the market because mortgages are more affordable. So what are you seeing today with the interest rates being somewhere in the 7%? Are you seeing less competition or more competition?
To be honest, because I have buyers I'm working with now, and we have been throwing out offers over the past 3 weeks. Buyers are still out here. There's still competition. Don't let anyone fool you that no one's buying. They're still buying, and it really depends on your price point. The most, if you're under, let's say 400,000 price point, your biggest competition is investors.
Mm, really? Can you expound on that?
So if you are financing, you're doing FHA conventional USDA or VA loan, you're getting finance from a mortgage company or a bank. And if someone approaches that home with cash, like in the bank, that they could pull it out today, who you think will get the house? So, and a lot of times cash talks. If they can get their cash within 14 days versus you who they're going to get it from within 30 to 45 days, sometimes they will go with the cash buyer. And the investors, they sweet talk, they do.
I can't hear your camera went off. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You heard me, Tia? I can't hear you. Hold on, cause this was getting good. Wait, can you hear me? Let me see. I'm gonna remove you and then come back in, okay? What about now? Can you? Let me see. Let me see if I don't know if I kick you out. We learning this technology. This was getting good. Hold on, let me see. Kick from studio. Okay, there you go. I can hear you now. Hello?
You can?
I can hear you perfectly now. I don't know what happened.
I
So
can't hear you though.
you can't hear me? Hold on.
You're muted.
Um, Okay, what about now? Mm. What about now?
Dang. I know it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yep. There you go.
Oh, I had did this little touch up appearance thing. It made me look a little cuter, but I look blurry. But anyway, so we were talking about the buyer versus investor deal. So, can you expound on that more?
Basically, depending on your price point, a lot of times cash buyers is your biggest competition. And it's just all on structuring your contract to be competitive to them. I understand we still need to have a home inspection and things of that nature, because I always recommend for my buyers, get a home inspection. But maybe your home inspection time frame, it's taking 7 to 10 days to do a home inspection. Maybe contract date will do it within 3 days. Things of that nature. I mean, not much we can do as far as taking contingencies off of the table, because they're there to protect the buyers that are being financed. But for a majority of the buyers, if you're under a certain price point, your biggest competition is investors. And you just have to be strategic and smart about your offer. If you want that house, go for it. You can't be scared to put in a little elbow room to the house or whatever. You can't be scared to offer a little more money. You can't be scared of all of these different a- avenues that you have that can win the deal. You just have to trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in me that I can get the job done for you. And that's the biggest thing.
I agree with that. And another thing too, to make buyers, home buyers, competitive to investors, we have a lender that we work with who can close your deal in 21 days. Typically, as a buyer, the biggest thing is to be prepared, right? Preparing doesn't start when you're ready to buy a house today. Preparing starts a few months before you actually are ready to go out. So if the lender has all of your information, the lender can put you through this thing called underwriting. They can do upfront underwriting. They don't have to wait until you're under contract to do underwriting. So we can have our lenders put you through underwriting literally months before you start the process. And then, of course, as you get into the process, those things will have to be updated, right? We can do that. We can already know how much money you have in the bank. We can run a scenario. We can do all of that. Now, of course, the interest rate is going to be predicated on the time that you physically go under contract, right? When you lock your rate. But we can always do scenarios based off of, hey, the interest rate may be here or the interest rate may be here. As a buyer, your biggest power is preparation. If you see a house and you know you're going against cash buyers, we can actually compete with cash buyers and close actually in 14 days. So understanding this, when as a buyer representative, right, and speaking with the listing agent, we know in order for the title, right, on a transaction to come back clear, it's going to take at least 5 to 7 days. I don't care if you work with a cash buyer, if you work with a home buyer, escrow has to be open, and it's going to take at least 5 to 7 business days. So when you put up a home buyer against the cash buyer, we're equal in that respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a home buyer is already ready, we can close literally in 14 days. But as the buyer, it's your responsibility to choose someone you trust so we can be on the same page. Because we're gonna say, when you find out that house, when you find that house, this is what we have to do, right? When two people agree, we touch and agree, we understand this is what it is. And then also understanding the contingencies, right? and I'm not going to talk too much about it, but a home inspection is not the only way out of a contract. Now, you can do a home inspection contingency, and we always recommend that. But there's so many other ways we could structure your offer where you're more competitive with the cash buyer, and it has nothing to do with a home inspection contingency. And we can talk about that outside of this live, right? Really so important to understand your leverage, because right now we're not talking about real estate, we're talking about business concepts. And you have to understand that your agent should know business, okay? Because the goal is to win. So we're preparing you not only for the financing part of real estate, but the mindset it takes to win in business and to know when to hold them and when to fold them. It doesn't matter what buyer you are, whether you're a cash buyer or you're a home buyer. You have to know when a deal isn't good when you have to walk away, right? Because understanding you being a buyer, you're powerful. You still have power, right? So understanding your points when you're going to keep when you really want the house, or when it's just not a good deal, right? When it's just not good for you. But at the end of the day, back to Tia's point, yes, buyers under a certain price point, you will be competing with cash buyers. But you have to work with a real estate professional like ourselves to teach you how to actually compete with the buyers, right? Don't ever feel like, oh, I can't compete with the cash buyer, because a lot of cash buyers will tell you that they're buying cash, but they're technically really getting financing, right? Let's be real, right? They may use a bank statement as bait and say, hey, I had this cash in the bank, but a lot of times they're financing these deals, and we know that. So when we're talking to the agent on the other end, we can have real talk like this is what's happening in the industry, and agents know, right? Agents know. But it's all about how you position an offer, who you have on your team, how you want to work. You can always ask for pre-listing inspections. I'm sorry, not pre-listing inspection, but pre-inspection as far as the buyer is concerned, right? So let's just say we know that we want to go into this deal without a home inspection. We can always ask the seller and say, okay, hey, we want to put our best foot forward. You probably want to have the house on the market for the next 3 days, or what so have you. Have a contractor, have somebody go in there and just take a look at the property, right, for you. And this is the power of working with our team, because we have people who we contract with, right, at a really low price. Or sometimes, they'll have to do us a favor. Like, we will work that out for you, so you can have an idea of what you're getting yourself into. So as a buyer, you still can be highly competitive with a cash buyer, but you have to be prepared. And this is not, when it's time for you to go look at a house, you should already have the knowledge, right? You should already know the process. Now it's just a formality of actually putting the words into action. Now, this is the time when we deepen and we strengthen our bond working together, right? Because you're going to know before you walk in the house, you're going to know whether it's the one for you. And my job and Tia's job as a professional is to make sure you win. But you have to trust the process. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the people that you're choosing, because you're buying an asset, right? One of the biggest assets, one of the biggest investments you'll make in your entire life. And this is not a game. This is not buying a pair of shoes. This is not going to Neiman Marcus. This is not going to Nordstrom's. This is legacy for your family, right? That's how important it is. So this is the reason why we try to ingratiate you with us, the human, not the chat bot, not the robot. No, we are real human beings. And the reason why realtors and people like myself and Tia is so valuable, because you can hold us accountable. You can't hold a chat bot accountable. You can call, you can get the automated system. Guess what? You're going to get a robot. But when we're talking about real humans, real spirit, real souls, you want to have somebody to hold accountable. So this is the reason why realtors are so valuable. But at the end of the day, it's all about decision making and who you choose, right? Make sure, I don't know, your spirituality, but whatever your spirituality is, make sure you're calling that higher power in play, because this is serious. So I kind of, go off on a tangent because it's real. So as far as so we talked about buyers a little bit. So let's talk about probate a little bit. I know you're kind of going through a situation right now. You don't have to share too much about it because you're still in that situation, but just give me like a general perspective of what you're seeing and what you're going through in the short sale process, more specifically.
So I am doing a double. So it's a probate, but it's also a short sale. So those are two experiences wrapped into one. And to be honest, my experience has been fairly good. I have not had, I mean, of course it's a longer process because it's a short sale. And a short sale is basically when you have to sell a house for less than what you owe on the property, and that could be due to depreciation and the value of the community or so. In this particular home, they're selling short, but it's also a probate. And probate is just meaning the original owner is deceased. And the next of kin or the personal representative has to sell the home for them. And this home, we've been going back and forth, and it's really been the bank who is dragging the process along. But for the most part, everything has been going well. Me and the other agent, things have been, our communication is great. The bank is just taking a little longer. So I can say that I don't have a problem with, I mean, I would definitely do another probate and another short sale. It's just that my expectation, now I have the expectation of knowing the time frame. I've always had it in my head and known that a short sale, I don't know, I mean, people think of it being called a short sale, meaning it should be a short process, but I know a short sale can go from 1 month all the way up to 2 years or more, but I thought that this process would have went a little quicker, and just because of how the bank is going and its HUD, they're taking a little longer. But I'm just kicking back, enjoying the ride. I'm in communication with the agents, the sellers, and things of that nature, and everybody's aware of what's going on. We're all on the same page, so that's a good thing. As long as everybody understands the process, everybody's aware of what's going on, and the lines of communication are open, there's no problems.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, I've done a few short sales. So when you work with us, we actually have, if you know anyone who's going through a short sale or who needs advice about a short sale, please DM me or Tia. You can DM us and just let us know, your name, your contact information. We can definitely hop on a call if that's what you so please. I've dealt with a lot of short sales. The biggest thing with a short sale is making sure you have the right short sale negotiation attorney. On our team, we have an attorney that we hire, and it's no cost to you. Okay, the bank actually pays the attorney at settlement, right? So let me say that again. Going through a short sale, right? The positive or the benefit of a short sale is that it doesn't show as a foreclosure on your credit report, right? You definitely don't want that. Okay. So that it helps save your credit or some semblance of your credit that you have left, right? You don't want that. And then a lot of times to negotiate with the bank, it has to be through an attorney, right? Attorneys have to do their job. They have to do these legal these legal processes in order to get the deal done. So we provide a service where you don't have to pay for the attorney. Okay. What we need from you is your cooperation because there will be a lot of paperwork and communication involved. Depending on if it's a personal residence, meaning you occupy the property and you no longer have the means or the funds to pay your mortgage, then it'll be a more in-depth process because it's the hardship. You're going through a hardship at this point. And when you're going through a hardship, you have to prove hardship, right? And that's the attorney's job. That's not my job. We'll help guide you in the process, but the attorney will walk you through it. Okay. So the attorney's job is to be the liaison between the bank, right? Between the bank in which your mortgage is, right? And through us as the realtors. Okay. So as the realtor, our job is to list your property at a price in which it will sell. And our goal is to put up the price on put the property on the market at a price that we feel may be acceptable to the bank. The bank makes the ultimate decision on how much they are willing to accept the property to be sold for or not, right? But it's better that the bank do a short sale because it's cheaper than the bank foreclosing on you On average, it costs the bank about $60,000 to conduct a foreclosure, right? Paperwork, attorneys, and all of that. When you go through a short sale, when the bank goes through a short sale process, they don't have to worry about necessarily hiring an attorney because we already have somebody interceding on our behalf and making that happen, if that makes sense, right? So it's a benefit to the bank to do a short sale for you, and it's a benefit for you because it helps save a part of your credit, if that makes sense, right? But on your side, on the seller side, it's going to be a long process as far as paperwork and communication. So that's the only really responsibility that you have is paperwork and communication. And you don't necessarily talk to the attorney. The attorney communicates with us as the agent. No, the attorney needed to communicate with you. They will if need be, but a lot of times they don't, right? So you communicate with us, we communicate with the attorney, and the attorney communicates with the mortgage company, if that makes sense. So if you guys know anyone who's going through a short sale who needs to go through a short sale process, who want to be saved from a foreclosure, we can absolutely assist with that. So we just wanted to pop on. We just wanted to grace you guys with our presence. God is good. So if you guys have any questions about real estate, if you want to buy a house, if you want to sell a house, if you're just curious about the process, hit us up. We are real people. We are real humans. We're not an AI. We're not a chat bot. We're not a what is it? Whatever. All of these things out here. We're real people. And if you ever wanted to see us, you can come see us right at our office. We're pretty much here every day.
Yes.
So any words, Tia, before we pop off or get off?
No, I just want to say thank you guys for hearing us out and everything. And to reiterate on what Barbara is saying, we are real people. If you have any questions, you're looking to, get started, you don't know where to start, the first step is calling us. We got you. We'll handle all the rest. We'll tell you the steps. We'll, give you a guide. We're here to guide you. And I'm gonna make a phrase. We put the real in real estate.
Thank you for your time, guys. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye. Hold on, I'm still ending. Hold on.